Hello there, you guys. This is going to be a healing message reading for those who have been abused, whether it's sexually abused, physically abused, verbally, emotionally, mentally. I was inspired to do this reading. A friend of mine, she she's also a reader on YouTube. She requested that I do a healing reading for those who have been raped or abused. And of course, I was, I would like to do it. I said to myself, um, but I was saying, I don't know how others are going to take that, if they're going to be easily offended by this message, because I don't ever want to be like a therapist and tell someone or give them advice, especially when people are like, well, who are you to tell me that I have to do this or that to get over it? And, so I don't want to do that. But I felt inspired to do it. She asked for a reason. So, and I can relate because I've been molested before. It's way more common than you might think. A lot of people, I think almost every woman that I know has been molested or raped, and that's sad. But I just want to deliver a message. Maybe I'm meant to. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use the energy oracle cards. Then I'm going to pull a few oracles from the Isis Oracle, and then I'm going to pull from the Flower of Life because I love the messages on them. The Isis Oracle is very powerful. Okay. Walk Away is at the bottom of the deck, so if you can't see the cards, I have my rose quartz as out, so I can send that loving, healing energy out to you all. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I think we've all gone through some sort of abuse. Men get abused too. They also get raped and molested too. They just don't really talk about it as much. But it is, it does happen. So we have the Healer of Ages as the main energy. And of course, it's not a surprise that card came out. I feel a lot of you have been praying, and this is something that happens to all victims of abuse. Like, we try to make sense of it. We try to pray about it. Why did it happen to me? What was wrong with me? What did I do to deserve this? Is it something that I did? Because sometimes you question yourself and you feel like, was it something that I wore? For some of us, as a child, you might say to yourself, was I just not a good enough child? Was I a bad child? Did I do something wrong? Did I deserve this? And on some degree, some of you think that you're punished by God in some cases, that you deserve to be abused or raped, or some sort of sexual trauma or wounds that you carry. You might feel like you deserved it, or that you were punished by God. Some people feel like that. And for those of you who believe in God or believe in Christ energy, who are Christians, who do pray to Jesus, I really feel like we give our power away to others, especially the person that did it to us. We kind of give our power to that person and give them the credit for deeming us as unworthy in some way. And with this card, I always feel like it's telling you that you are your own redeemer and your own savior, even. Not that you shouldn't pray to your God and ask for healing and ask for clarity. But I really get that you are a powerful energy within yourself. And the reason why we go through certain things, there's always a reason. And I feel like the most strongest people, they go through these abusive situations. They'll be in unhealthy family dynamics. And it's usually because we are, the ones here. And it's not a God complex or Christ complex or anything like that. But we have this, God uses us or Spirit uses us. We have these lessons here, I feel, to clear these energies. We come down here to clear certain energies on the planet, I really believe, and especially within our family, we might carry generational curses, if you believe in that, or generational karma, or baggage, blockages. And we come here assigned to be those that clear this energy. So that's why I feel like Spirit is telling you that you have this responsibility in your hands. Like, you have the power not only to heal yourself, but many. And the friend that I have, she has been guided to speak on her experiences, and she keeps getting this message from she always says this, if she's watching. I know she's gonna watch, but you get those messages all the time, and it tells you something about do it for your sisters or something like that. That's, I feel like, what Spirit is telling you, that you need to, not that you need to be like a spokesperson for rape victims or anything, but you kind of do. You got to speak up for them. You have to share your story, your experience, and whatever you feel led to do, whether it's do readings, whether it's channelings, whether it's, your own story to share. You got to do it, I feel. And that's a part of your healing yourself, because it's transmutation energy I'm picking up on. But not only just heal yourself, but heal others, like help them with the process of healing. So I feel like that's what also for others of you, and you might not be guided in that way. You could be guided to write poetry, music, work with people that have been abused or raped, or you might get inspired to, or you might be someone who's a natural healer. You might be the type of person that's drawn to children, drawn to animals, caretaking, nursing, doctor's job, medical field, Reiki healing, stuff like that. So there's a reason for all of this. And I feel like as you heal others, Spirit is saying you're healing yourself too. And as you heal yourself, you heal others as well. The biggest thing I feel like for you that's going to be hard is to talk about it with the strategy card, because it's a journal here. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, because it creates that clarity. Because you're looking at it from a third party perspective. You're looking at it from a different eye. You're not really looking at it from me, the aspect of me that this happened to me. You're kind of looking at it from a different place. So it's always important to write out in a journal your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, especially about this situation. I feel like Spirit's guiding you to do that, to write it out. You might find it healing to do that, or even write poetry or something about writing and looking at it. Like, go back and read it, even if you've logged and wrote down your experience or how it's hurt you or your thoughts about it. Whatever it is, I feel like when you look back on it later on, I feel like it's different. You're looking at it from a different eye and perspective, and I feel like there's some sort of clarity that comes from it. You're not looking down at yourself in a negative way, because, like, victims, we tend to do that. And I don't even want to like claim a victim role. Let's not say victims, but let's just say, through our experience of that, we tend to blame ourselves a lot. And I feel like as you write, you might get some clarity from Spirit, because there's this feather here. So I feel like Spirit is going to speak to you through your writing, help you get that insight that you really need, or to help you look at things from a whole different, totally different eye. With the victory card, I feel like Spirit wants you to approach your situation, this whole energy with the victory card, from a place of a part of one of your life's lessons and journeys. Because I feel like you've gone through other things too, and it hasn't been easy. And when you look back at your experiences as to who you are right now and how much you've learned and how much you've grown as a person, it's a sense of victory, really. It really should. You really need to look at yourself. I always say, like, to the Olympics, because it's kind of like the world card energy, because it adds up to 10. Really, it's 1. But when you look at it, because it's karma here with number 8, and it's the number 2, so it has something to do with the path and the journey. Present, past could also represent relationships to others, relationships to yourself, and comparing who you were as a person past back then and the present person who you are now. And look at it as the Olympics, like, you've had to go through all of this training. You had to go through all of these different hurdles and practices and everything until you reach the end. And it's a sense of victory. Even if you don't win the first place in the Olympics or felt like you've won, in some sense, you look at how proud you are of yourself and how much you've learned and how much you've grown and what you've went through and you're here standing. You can be proud of yourself. I feel like that's the energy that you need to carry through this whole process. I'm not saying that this is going to carry all of that or not carry, but clear all of that away. It might be just the first step, because 10, represents 1, really. The 0 is a silent number if you think about it. So it's really a new beginning as well. But your focus is on broken heart, if you can see. Number 9, that's also a number of endings and completions. If you look at number 9, the broken heart, focus on not the hurt so much, but, addressing it and just, it's almost like you have to purge it all out because this heart looks like it's crying as it's healing, as it's closing up the wound. The broken heart is like, it's purging, it's crying out. I feel like you haven't really let it go. I don't think I've ever done it either. Just sat there and just really just cried. I feel like I just masked it, and I was really, really, really young. And I only remember bits and pieces of it. And I just kept it to myself. I knew it was wrong, but I was old enough to know that, like, this is wrong and I don't want to tell on this person. I'm going to keep it a secret. So I never said anything about it. So it's like you have to address it. You really have to look at it and not judge yourself as a bad person, or even judge that other person as a bad person. I know that's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. But you have to address it once you're open to the fact that you are hurting, because it's like, I feel like this healing has been masked and forgotten. You might have cried during or after the situation, or you may have not cried at all. You kind of just, we're easy to block out trauma sometimes. Like, we can just easily forget about it and just bury it deep down. And I feel like that's not the way to go. The first step really is to address it. Then the conclusion is envy. I feel like the conclusion energy with the envy has something to do with this other person. It might have sparked, for some of you, not all of you, but it might have sparked from this person harming you out of some resentment towards you or someone around you. Something that you had. If you were a child, definitely I feel like this person has some unchanneled resentment. Seeing you as a child might have reminded them of who they were or something that they weren't, didn't have, couldn't have, whether you had parents, whether they liked you or you didn't like them back, or you were with someone else. It has some sort of like hidden resentment and envy towards you, and that sounds crazy. It doesn't make sense to me in my situation, but it could very well make sense. Like I said, I was little. I think I was like 5 years old, maybe younger. Yeah, so that's crazy energy. I can't really, like I said, this is a touchy subject. I hope this helps my friend, because really she asked me, but I know that if one person asks, somebody out there is seeking the same guidance. So, but I know this is a touchy subject, so I'm almost like hesitant not to post this. With the walking away card as the bottom card, I feel like Spirit is telling you that you can walk away gracefully from the situation, because I feel like you can take away something very valuable here. It's like, don't play the victim role. Take your power back. Because really, you're not the victim in the situation. We have the number 9 also here with 27. So pretty much it's 9 when you add it up in numerology. I feel like the cycle of whatever this is, how it's been affecting you, because I feel like you've been carrying this weight and this energy into other relationships. You might notice that you have trust issues with people. You don't trust your friends. You don't trust your family. You might not trust men or women. There's just the lack of trust, not able to connect with people on a deep level. Maybe looking at yourself in a dark way, hating yourself, resenting yourself, body image issues. But that is ending. And it really starts with this because we have a number 9 here. So it really starts with addressing the hurt and the pain and allowing it, whatever wants to come up, come up. Whether it's tears, whether it's anger, you know, whatever the emotions are, you release them. Don't just totally block them out. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Isis Oracle and the Flower of Life cards. So this might be a long read because this Isis Oracle deck, like when you read the messages out of the book, which I like to do, it could take a while because it's like sometimes it could be 2 pages long, it could be 3 pages long. But this is a very powerful deck and I love it. Isis is a nurturer. She's the mother energy. She's a mothering, loving energy. She's very powerful as well. Transmute energy, restore life. So this is, I feel it's very perfect to work with her energy for this reading. All right, so you have the Pillar of Light card. It says, Descendant of the Star of Isis. So we're going to read that card and see what it says. Pillar of Light. Okay. It says, beings of light and divinity are calling you now. They wish to connect with you more strongly, and you are being guided to strengthen your energy field to allow more of the divine light that seeks you to flow through your body safely and into expression. Beloved initiate, you are called to allow more divine energy and light to emanate from your body to help build your light body so that the love and healing of the cosmic feminine energies of the Star of Isis can descend through you, offering healing light and assistance to humanity and setting your heart and soul on fire with divine love and passion. It is suggested that you first build and strengthen your natural pillar of light within your energy body, like building a broadband cable, so that you can receive energy transmissions into your body more easily. Without such preparation, it would be like trying to run high voltage electricity through wires that were not equipped to handle it. Some fire and damage would occur, and the practice would not be safe or sensible. The Pillar of Light is the energy tube of pure white light that connects the Soul Star chakra above your head and the Earth Star chakra beneath your feet. The Star of Isis will descend from above your Soul Star chakra, pouring in grace, light, and healing power until it eventually flows like a river into your Earth Star chakra, blessing the earth through your body. Okay, so actually that one, wait, no, I'm just kidding. I thought that was the last page. The Star of Isis, also known as Cyrus, rests in state of bliss, joy, and a soul presence of heart, great strength, and stunning spiritual light. This is the consciousness seeking to manifest more fully in service through you now, beloved initiate. You are becoming more and more ready to sustain such high vibrations. If you pull the Oracle of the Lady of the Stars as well, then you are encouraged to start this practice on a daily basis as soon as possible. There are higher frequencies waiting to connect more consciously with you for spiritual enlightenment, healing, and guidance, but you will need to prepare your energy field for the connection so the energy can flow without undue stress or strain on your body. Once you start the practice, you will get a sense of how often feels right for you. If you do it too often, perhaps more than once a day, you may feel lightheaded or ungrounded. too hot or cranky, hormonal or overheated inside, out of balance emotionally, and just not enjoying your practice. Moderation will lead you more quickly into success. It is recommended that you attempt this practice no more than once per day and for several minutes at a time, building up to however long feels right for you. As you grow, you will feel the light descending and the energy ascending more and more strongly in your physical body. At first, you may feel energy or you may not, and that is fine. The exercise will work and your awareness of it at a conscious level will grow with practice. You will also find that like a better internet connection, as you continue with the practice, your ability to become in conscious communication with your spiritual guidance, to channel healing and other spiritual activities such as meditation will be stronger, clearer, easier, and more powerful. Remember to have mercy if you are then using these abilities with others. They may not be used to the degree of electricity that is coming through you, and you want to facilitate good, not cause harm to the person you are helping. Stay in your heart. Don't be attached to being powerful. Allow the divine Lady Isis to manage the power that flows from you to another by asking for her help and unconditional love. Okay, so I believe this is the meditation. So let me just go ahead and read the meditation. So it says, rest quietly in a space where you will not be disturbed and close your eyes. It says to imagine deep beneath you in the earth, there is a ball of radiant light. It rises up through your body, connects with your heart, and then flows out through the top of your head until it reaches a ball of radiant light hovering over your head. The light above your head begins to flow down to your heart and continues on until it reaches the ball of light beneath your feet in the earth. Allow this pattern of light ascending from the earth to the heart and out through the crown and descending from the crown to the heart and down into the earth to continue for several moments, breathing easily as you intend this to happen. After a few moments, you'll become aware again of the light above your head, and this time of a light beyond that. It glows and radiates great love. Allow this light to descend a little towards the crown of your head and towards your heart. Allow as much or a little of this light as you wish to come, trusting that it is intelligent and will flow with wisdom. When you are ready, imagine the light beneath your feet in the earth become like a magnet, pulling all the light that has entered your being from above deep into the earth. Breathe into your heart, and when you are ready, just open your eyes. Okay, so here is the initiation, if I'm saying that right, for the pillar of light. It says, you can say this at the beginning of your day for protection and growth, and it is good practice to say after a difficult meeting or exchange with another where you feel some negativity may have passed between you and you wish to be cleansed and centered in your own clear light once more. Okay, so here it is. It says, pillar of light burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis descend, your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine protection. All right, I'm going to have to go back and do that myself. But next, I'm going to go ahead and pull the Flower of Life card for you. And this will be, I'm going to close out the reading because we're at about 24 minutes already. So I'm just going to pull a card. Okay, I like this card. It says crafting. Pretty little green leaves. It says, gaze at your loving hands. How will you create and craft your life? Look at your feet and feel them on the ground. Now close your eyes and imagine that you see the earth from the perspective of space. How wondrous and beautiful it is. Green, blue, white, light, and dark. Infinite, endless stories being played out upon the earth. Be aware of yourself on earth, playing out and creating your stories. Now, see all of this through the eyes of your higher consciousness. See the whole big picture from the perspective of space. Gently move closer and closer toward the earth. Feel yourself landing on earth and plant your feet on the ground. Intend that from this moment on, you will no longer feel bullied by life. Instead, you will create and craft your unique path. Okay, that was our message, you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading, that it was insightful and helpful in some way, and healing, at least helpful. Like I said, I'm not a therapist. I'm not an expert. I am just like you, going through the same thing. Our stories are different, but we can still find commonality in this, if that's even a word. And this is really for my friend, but anyone else who feels guided and led towards this reading, this is for you as well. So much love to you guys. As always, I'm sending you much love. Until the next reading. Peace.